And I sprang up in bed like a corpse struck by lightning. Where am I? I sat there in an odd paralysis, with my alarm clock ringing in the background. Was I really just asleep? I couldn't help but doubt it, despite the evidence of my blanket covering my legs. This feeling. Oh, right. I hurried to my feet and dropped my pants and boxers. What? I slowly pulled my pants back on. So the dream just now was. All I'm gonna say is that hate scene was 3 times shorter than Yorihime's first hate scene. Let that sink in. Not literally. Julie, who is the fucking succubus, had a shorter hate scene than Yorihime, who's meant to be like the pure one. And Julie's meant to be like the perverted one, because she's a succubus and Yorihime is a goddess. But it's fucking flipped, because of course it is. I'm still harping on the fact that it was an hour and a half long hate scene for Yorihime, but still. Also, this is very confusing, because we already heard the alarm at the start, before the hate scene. But, like I said, during the hate scene, I guess, is that this can't not be a dream, because his parents just leave, you know, some mysteriously, but then they actually have sex, and I was like, maybe this isn't a dream, and then he wakes up like this. So I'm like, are any of them dreams? Are all of them dreams? I don't know. I can't. It wouldn't make sense for this one to be a dream, because he already woke up. You know what? I'm just gonna hold back from my thoughts until the end, because it's definitely going to be answered at the end. So, yeah, sure, let's keep it like that. It was impossible to acknowledge during the dream that it was actually a dream. Sensations were beyond real, so I knew if I had sex in reality with Julie, it would be identical. Either way, it was a dream just now. But is she back? I ignored the heaviness in my limbs and hurried out of the house, not caring how out of breath I was. I sprinted up the stairs. He still has com pants on. Julie. Huh? Wow, this house is pretty big. I came to and started searching around. I searched high and low, but there was no sign of Julie. That's weird. At this hour, if she wasn't here, that meant she was still in her world. But that doesn't make sense. Adrienne had said as much. I was debating on whether or not I should try to say it in her voice, but fuck it, I'll try. Oh well, I'm not gonna try. I'll try to do mummy voice. If you're in a different, wait, no, I need to go deeper. If you're in a different world, even Julie's succubus powers won't reach you here. Yeah, I don't know. She's kind of like Ojo-sama. I mean, I guess the best way to check is through the config. Unless she isn't in... Right, she isn't in the fucking... Shut up. That's not Julie's mom. Whatever, there was only one line. The house was empty, so against the crippling urge to see her, I turned back to my house. Morning.
What?
As he trailed off, and his face froze in horror. That was enough to puzzle me, but then his coffee mug slipped and shattered on the table. Ignoring the pool of hot liquid spreading over the table, my dad just stared with wide eyes at me. What's the matter?
お前、その顔。
Yeah, he's drained again, bro. I saw my mom peek out from the kitchen, and she too went stiff like she'd seen a ghost. Oh, right. I forgot to wash my face. Yeah, you forgot to check the mirror. You forgot to look in the mirror. I phrased it like an excuse and made my escape from the living room. Whoa. Not again. I knew it would happen, but my face was beyond horrid. He was in utter relapse after almost healing entirely. Even days ago when Julie left, didn't compare to this. Yeah, that's to be expected. If it was just a dream, he did a lot more in this dream than he did over the other few days of the blowjob dream exclusively, because he also had the blowjob, but then sex, and a lot of it. My skin was like it was dry like bark. This was probably what a mummy looked like when you remove the bandages. Hey, hang on. I motioned to my mum as she reached for the phone. Just wait, let me explain first. She silently returned the phone to the receiver. I began talking when she sat down at the table. This isn't some kind of sickness. It's actually... I told them the truth, and both of them looked upset. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised that they would. And so I'm not sick. I'll recover soon enough. So there was nothing to worry about. At least that's what I tried to convey, but both of them looked at a loss.
お前が誰と付き合おうと反対するつもりはなかったが、本当に大丈夫なのか？そんなことで。
I mean, he wasn't as dead as the last time, even though he looks even worse than the last time. I'm okay. I said it strongly.
なんだか不安になってしまうわね。
Probably, yeah, you probably should be. I wasn't expecting this kind of reaction from them. But thinking about it, it was natural for parents. Any parent would be worried if their kid looked like a mummy. My dad started wiping up the table, seemingly without any more to say. Can I get some more food? You know what? Maybe it's because of the stamina training, you know?
食欲はあるのか?
Yeah, I'm starved. Actually, I won't recover if I don't eat. I inhaled the amount she gave me initially, and waited like a hungry orphan, fork and knife in hand. May I have some more, please? Please, sir. I took the day off school yet again. Yeah, I would too. I was in bed staring at the ceiling. Even after losing my spirit energy, it wasn't at all painful or unpleasant. I don't know why you just still don't understand. It's never going to feel painful or unpleasant. That's the point. But it's the fact that he is less tired this time that's stranger. But my body felt heavy, like it was full of lead, and any thoughts of activity were soon pushed away. But this is really weird. And while we're so far apart, Julie can still enter my dreams. Maybe Adrienne was wrong about that. I don't know. There's a lot of questions that aren't being answered yet. I was dozing in and out of sleep, but suddenly sensed someone's presence. Julie,
ごめんなさい。
she collapsed into a sobbing heap next to my bed.
おやおや、これはまた。
Even Adrienne, of all people, was in shock at how I looked.
ああ、皆まで言わなくても分かってるさ。しかし、ゆりったら、とうとうおぼこじゃなくなったんだね。
Now on her knees with her face in her hands, I saw Julie's ears blush just a bit. How can you tell so easily?
ゆうたくんの顔を見ればね。今まではオーラルでやっていたそうだから、まだしもではあったけど。
It made me cringe how she knew it so obviously.
しかも、行きまくったんだろ。ゆうたくんのこの顔色、ただことじゃないよ。
I mean, I think it would be pretty obvious if he looked better than this after however many sessions of oral, using her terms, using her own words, then one session of sex would make him look. Wait, what am I saying? If he looked better after however many sessions of oral than he did over this one session, then it would be obvious that they did more than just oral. Is what I'm... Yeah. Now that she mentions it, was it pride I felt making her come that much? Confidence? Whatever feeling lurked inside became stronger. But then again, it was all confined in my dreams. Well, it was all just in the dream. I casually alluded to it to downplay the seriousness, but Adrienne sternly shook her finger at me.
関係ないよ。沼の見せる夢は夢であって夢ではない。そう言っただろう。
But still, it's not reality.
そんなの関係ないんだって。だいたい私たちは現実なんて言葉はあんまり使わないんだ。肉っていうのさ。
Right. I mean, I understand what she means. The dreams that the succubus give you are as vivid as reality. It's just you don't know it's a dream. That's... Yeah, that definitely adds to the fact that it adds to why they don't call it reality. Flesh.
そう。この肉に触らせるのは確かに旦那一人だけど。夢の中の交わりだって私にとっちゃ、そして相手にとっても現実と何ら変わりはないからね。
Which means...
夢の中でユリを生かせまくったのなら肉で交わってもそうなるはずってことさ。
Well, yeah, that's why the blowjobs felt so realistic. Oh.
なに嬉しそうにしてるんだよ。死にそうな顔して。
I mean, who wouldn't be? What guy wouldn't be? Oh, no. Julie finally got up from the floor and looked at me with teary eyes.
ゆうたさん、本当にごめんなさい。
So it really was a dream. I was still iffy on it. I shook my head side to side and wiped her moist cheeks with a tissue.
ついでに鼻をチーンしてやりな。それは自分でするから。
So there's something I need to ask.
ユリが離れているのに陰夢を見たことだろ？
Yes.
私もね。ちょっと、いや、だいぶ意外だったんだけど。要するにユリの力がそれだけ強力だったということなのさ。
Is that really a good explanation for it?
あと、
Julie turned to look at me.
あちらに行く前にきちんと気持ちを確認したこともあったんです。それで私、もうますます頭の中があなたのことでいっぱいになってしまって、それで
Me too. While you were gone, my mind drifted to you no matter what I tried to do. No matter what I tried to do.
ゆうたさん、
I don't think you should be flirting in front of Adrienne. Julie.
こらこら、死にそうな顔でラブシーンなんか演じるもんじゃないよ。
Julie had been weeping in despair until just a moment ago, but she finally smiled.
結局、非難も意味はなかった。まあ、もともとユリは抜群の力の持ち主だからね。そこでだ。ユリには力を抑えるアクセサリーをつけさせて、またこっちに戻ってきたというわけなのさ。
That was an option? What? What? You had something like that? Why didn't you use it? That's what I'm saying.
そう簡単なことじゃないんだよ。何しろ辛いんだ。力を抑えられるのは。
Is it because she wears normal clothes?
前に言ったっけ？私らムマがこんな派手な衣装を着るのは魔力を適度に放出させるためだって。
Oh, right, I remember. It was one of the first things she talked about in the hangout events. Julie was the one shopping that day, but somehow Adrienne had tagged along. Adrienne had said something similar than to what she said just now. But we won't know until we try. Julie answered as much as she headed into the boutique. Yeah, I didn't know which character said that. I mean, I knew it wasn't Adrienne, so I didn't try to do Adrienne voice. But I didn't know if it was Julie or Yuta who said that. And when she came out, she was carried out cold. Oh, right. Julie fainted that day.
まあ、若い男の子がオナニーを禁止されるようなもんだからね。
I don't think that's the same. This is why I used a different analogy. I'm not going to say the same. I'm not going to say the analogy. You're going to have to go back to the first episode of the route if you wanted to rehear what analogy I said. I wouldn't say it was a good one. It was very it was a very, how would I say? It wasn't a planned analogy. It was just something I said on a whim. Hearing her tease me with such a serious look confused me to how tough it really was. But I guess it would be tough if I was actually forbidden from it.
ゆうたくんにも辛さが実感できただろう。
So, won't that accessory make you faint then? I asked Julie this time.
はい。そこまでひどくなることはないみたいなんですが。
Julie touched her headpiece as she spoke. Nothing had changed in her appearance from before, but I gathered that was the so-called accessory. Nothing changed in her appearance because then you'd have to show the accessory in a new sprite that you'd only have for like a few scenes. Does it bother you? Julie looked down in shame.
ユーリー、言ってやんな。オナニーを禁止されるようなもんだって。
そういうのとは全然違うけど。
冗談だよ。まあ冗談はさておき。そのアクセサリーをつけている限り、この子は体の不調を感じ続けるんだ。 つまりはこれも結局は問題の先送りに過ぎないということ忘れないでくれよ。こんな変なもんいつまでもつけられないしね。
Okay.
せっかく帰ってきたんだ。
Adrienne warmly considered us. Warmly... What?
今日は若夫婦水入らずで過ごしたらどうだい？じゃあね。
Julie. She stood in the corner, so I pulled her over into my arms. To me, in my arms. Julie sat on my bed, on her knees. She was cute, kind of like a cat would sit. I put my hand on her exposed shoulder. Her hair on my hand felt silky to the touch. I stared longingly at her thick, full lips. She tried to hide in her shell like a turtle. It was such an innocent reaction, its cuteness driving me wild. I could at least kiss her, right? I had no way to know, but I somehow convinced myself it was okay and leaned in toward her. Uh-oh.
そうそう。
ん？
アクセサリーによって夢への侵入はできなくなったけど、旧姓はその限りじゃないよ。だから新婚初夜としゃれ込むのは回復するまでは我慢することだね。
Listen, kissing is different, okay? Okay. We almost cracked up together, red as tomatoes. Okay, guess I'll have to take a rain check. Julie nodded shyly, but her expression suddenly darkened.
ゆうたさん、本当に辛そうな顔をしていますから。
Well, I don't actually feel any physical pain. Even his peanuts doesn't feel in pain. I flopped down onto my back after I said that.
休みますか？
Yeah. I know you just got back though. Sorry. Julie shook her head and climbed off my bed.
私、ゆうたさんが眠っている間もここにいていいでしょうか？
Of course, I actually would like that.
はい。
Julie came over to my headboard and stroked my brow. That alone felt amazing. Oh, right. Kind of a weird question. In our last dream, I felt like I got pretty rough with you. Were you okay after that?
はい。それは。
Julie nodded. So you mean rough is okay because it's a dream?
ただ、ママも言っていたように、ムマの見せる夢は本当の夢とはまたちょっと違うんです。こちらが受け取る感覚も現実そのままですから。
I see. I wondered if it hurt her. I definitely saw her bleed a little at the time, but she didn't seem to notice at all. I immediately forgot about it as well, and plowed into her like I was possessed. I couldn't quite bring myself to ask her that, though.
本当はもしかして痛いんじゃないかなと思ったのですが。
Fortunately, she continued the conversation for me. My heart beating rapidly, I looked into her eyes pushing the conversation forward.
痛みもなくて、気持ちよくて。
Well, good then. Me too. I didn't notice in the slightest that it's actually a dream. The situation is always a little weird though. So it really felt real.
逆に私たちの方はそれが陰夢であることは分かっているのですが。
No, what made it feel real is because of the alarm. If there wasn't an alarm sound effect .mp3, I would have known it was a dream. Julie looked upset with herself for some reason. What's wrong?
交わることでどういう結果を招くかも分かっているはずなのに、どうしても自分を抑えられなくなってしまって。
Oh, well, you are pretty different in the dreams. You're much more expressive and aggressive.
すみません。
You don't need to apologize. I'm the same way too. I got tired after talking so much. I was nowhere close to being healthy. Okay, I'm gonna get some sleep now.
はい、おやすみなさい。
My grumbling stomach woke me up after noon. Something smells good. Julie stood in the kitchen making me a liver and onion stir fry. The smell ignited my appetite, and I felt my stomach thundering with hunger. I knew it. Julie's a good catch. Don't say that. We talked when I woke up minutes earlier.
ゆうたさんが眠っている間に一旦買い物に出かけたんです。
It's been a while since we've seen her casual outfit.
それで前にパパに聞いたら、精がつく料理はレバニラ炒めということで、ちょっと練習もしていたんですが。
As well as Todoro, you know. Whoa. So you brought stuff to cook? Bought stuff to cook?
はい。ゆうたさんはレバーはお好きでしょうか？
Yeah, I do.
よかったです。苦手な人も多いということなので、ちょっと心配ではあったのですが、それも確かめずに練習するなんて、私はやっぱり抜けています。
Julie jokingly stuck out her tongue. It was so cute. It was too cute.
お腹が空いているなら、早速作りましょうか？
Yeah, please. So she even practiced cooking just for me. I knew she'll be an awesome wife. You mean she'd? Because you're already calling her your wife. Oh, she already is my wife. Oh, wahaha. See, what did I say? I stupidly grinned to myself while thinking that. She looked amazing, was considerate, and she's quite skilled too. I was a happy camper. Shut up. At the very least, embracing that happiness pushed my degrading health out of my mind. But seeing my horrid reflection in the window brought it all back in a second.
お待たせしました。
Oh, looks great. It looks great. With the main dish, she prepared some tofu topped with natto and a big bowl of miso soup with a half-boiled egg. Just looking at it was filling me with stamina. With stamina.
今ご飯をよそいますからね。
Wow. I think I like being waited on.
どうぞ。
Thanks. Alright, I'm digging in. I tried the main dish first. That's good. Julie squinted her eyes and broadly smiled. These sort of green onions were easy to overcook and make soggy, but she was careful to keep them subtly crisp. Most of the liver's bitterness was gone as well, a perfect combination. Is this Todoro on the natto?
はい。ネバネバがいいそうですので、あとオクラも入れてみました。
I told you that it's fucking Todoro. Whoa, 3 types of sticky foods. The okra shone a vibrant green on the white natto. The sight was making me even hungrier. Oh, this balances the meal nicely.
たくさん食べてくださいね。ちょっと多めに炊きましたので。
But where's the liver? Okay, how about you join me? It's weird to say that since you're the one who made it.
なんだか、ゆうたさんが食べるところを見ていたくて。
Okay, I didn't know you were into that, but sure. It'll get cold.
そうですね。じゃあ、私も、いただきます。
The miso soup tasted nice and thick, probably because of the egg yolk. It went great with the steaming rice. So good. I scarfed down the dishes in rhythmic rotation, speeding up the more I ate. It wasn't just because I was hungry either. So much that it was delicious. It wasn't just because I was hungry either, so much that it was delicious. Julie really put in the time to practice this stuff. I recalled when we went on a field trip near the end of April, she didn't seem too confident about the lunch she made. But now she had whipped up a masterpiece of a meal. But wow. Julie sat with her chopsticks in place, watching me with a content smile. I felt a prickling sense of shyness, but it wasn't a bad feeling by any means. Phew, I'm stuffed. That was amazing.
ちょっと作りすぎたかなとも思ったのですが、綺麗になりました。よかったです。
Thanks so much.
お粗末様でした。
Julie cleaned up the dishes and promptly started washing them. Hey, let me take care of that and...
いえ、ゆうたさんは休んでいてください。
Usually I would have insisted, but I obediently resigned. I was sleepy again after eating so much.
疲れたなら休んでくださいね。
Yeah, okay. She was caring for me like a kid, even though I was supposed to be her husband.
よく食べてよく眠る。精力を回復するにはそれが一番ですからね。
Got it. I reminded myself that resting was the best thing for us as a couple, and stretched out on the sofa. $5:21. The day off really did me well, so my face was at least presentable enough to go to school. Really? Luna kept poking Julie's headband as we walked, and Julie squirmed like a bullied kid.
わかったです。秘密はズバリこの角にあるですね。そういうわけじゃないんだけど。
Why does she look so sad?
角があれしてくれるならかっこよい感じでしたが。
Come on, Luna. It's hard for Julie to wear them, you know.
ゆうたが顔色を悪くすると、その経緯を考えると同情していいものやらわからなくなってくるわね。
I mean, yeah, but like, you know, he couldn't really control his... He didn't know it was a dream. Never mind, I can't really excuse him. Listen, it's not like a normal dream where he can't control his actions. He wasn't lucid dreaming because he wasn't aware he was dreaming, but he still... He still was conscious in his dream.
ともあれ、ゆりちゃんが帰ってきてくれてほっとしました。 やだ。そんなに辛いのですか？今のカチューシャをつけていると。
Yeah, especially with clothes on. Because the clothes already suppress her powers. Julie tilted her head to the side.
なんていうか、何かに締め付けられているような感覚はずっとあって。じゃあ、学校に行くのも本当は辛いの？そこまでではないんだけど。
Julie didn't sound convincing, nor did she seem confident. How would this play out? This is also just sweeping the problem under the rug for now. Don't forget that. Oh, wait, no, that's... I already said the line, so there's no point in me saying it again in Adrian's voice. Adrian's words weighed heavily on my mind.
おはよう。おー、ゆりちゃんだ。おはようございます。いつ帰ってきたの？昨日です。そっか。クラスのみんなも喜ぶよ。ウッシーもよかったじゃん。彼女さんが帰ってきて。
Bro, shut up. Yep.
けど、家庭の事情とかっていうのは解決したの？
Ha 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 ha. No. Julie just nodded vaguely. Shibuyan didn't ask any further.
あ、そうそう、すごかったんだよ。この前のウッシー。あたしゃ感心したな。ありゃ、まさに牛、闘牛だね。
I guess you could say that. But like, in the without context, you know, is that supposed to be praise?
ゆりちゃんの親衛隊いるでしょ？ってかいたでしょ？サンバカトリオ。あれをパンパンパーンと。
The goobers. You mean the gooners? At least explain it so she can understand it.
要するに3人組が失礼なことを言ったのよ。それでウッシーがちょっと懲らしめてやったってわけ。
Yeah, and everyone clapped, and the president gave me a Medal of Honor, and the Queen of England knighted me because this game would have come out while the Queen was still alive.
そんなことがなんて言われたんですか？
I mean, the game would have been set around the time when the Queen was alive. Oh, nothing. It wasn't a big deal. I trailed off trying to avoid the subject, but Julie kept looking at me concernedly. Once in class, the other students quickly gathered around us. Everyone's relieved at having her back after having her back short. Everyone's relief at having her back sure cheered me up. But Julie responded to everyone with a genuine smile. We left the pack of students, and Ikeda and the others came up to us. Yo, hey, your face is all messed up again. What's wrong with you? You know, I don't think you should be drinking in your teens. It's illegal as well. I'm not drinking alcohol or anything. If anything, Julie's the one drinking. Also not alcohol, but something else. But your dark leathery face looks so manly and wild. Shut the fuck up. Oof, that doesn't exactly make me feel better.
はい、席についてくださいよ。おお、ユリアさん帰ってきたんだ。よかったな。
Oishi's attempt to look authentic was lackluster. Once in her seat, Julie had the same sad look on her face. Oh, what's wrong? I asked, slightly worried. She was just smiling a moment ago. But she just silently shook her head. During recess after class, Shibuyan ran up to me out of breath. Is the fucking... Huh? What's up?
ね
Oh, crying? What? Why? It was so unexpected, I had an awkward response.
理由はわかんないけど、
Where? I finally leveled my head and stood up from my seat.
2年 A 組だった。
Class A. Got it.
私も行くわ。私も。私も。
We all hurried toward Class A. Julie had tears in her eyes, and some guys were scowling at her. I've seen these guys before. Oh, wait. It's those 3 gooners. Why? Well, of course they're here. Why wouldn't they be here?
本当だ。
But, like, you didn't know they were here? I felt a surge of blood rush to my head and my other head. Wait, no. And I stomped over to the trio. What did you guys do to her? I grabbed one of them by the collar. We didn't do anything. Liar. If you didn't, then why is she...
本当のことです。
I mean, I expected that. Huh? I turned around and Julie was already done crying. In fact, she had a look of earnestness.
私が言いに来たんです。
Tell them. Julie quickly nodded. It looked like she was... It looked like it was to those 3, and spun around to walk out of the classroom. You're hurting me. I sighed and released him. I had no clue what was going on. Ushio, we're all sorry. We're disbanded for real. That's a first. Do whatever you want. It's not like... I mean, it's not like they contributed to anything in any of the other girls' routes. I couldn't care less about them, but their sudden change of heart was strange. What'd she say to the... What'd she say to you, Julie? Julie, what the fuck is that sentence? Just don't add the Julie part. We already know who the she in the sentence is. They cowered like they had been scolded by a teacher, and one of them finally lifted his head to speak. According to him,
すみません。ちょっといいですか？
Julie?
お話があるんですが。
Yes. What might that be? Anything at all. We'll do anything you wish.
頼みがあるわけではありません。私が里帰りしたことについて、ユウタさんを責めたそうですね。
Yes. So it was Uchiyo's fault after all.
もうそんなことはやめてください。
Whoa. Those guys just made Julie cry. Just made Julie cry. Horrible.
ユウタさんは何も悪くないんです。悪いのは私の方で。
Huh?
とにかくもうこれ以上付きまとうのはやめてください。
Oh, she's telling them off. She's telling them off. Tell them off. Ow, fucking. Oh, she's telling them off. Give him hell. Give him hell. Very well.
温厚なユリが眼尻を消したということは、相当腹に据えかねるものがあったのでしょうね。
Yeah, if she wasn't already wife material, you know? Yeah.
眼尻を消したってどういう意味？ねえ、どういう意味？怒ったって意味だよ。ああ、だからあの人たちもしょんぼりしていたんだ。でも本人から言って正解だよ。 ほら、ゆりちゃん人当たりがソフトだから、あいつらも付け上がっていたわけだし。
You say this like the other royal guards aren't the same. Yeah. Oh, right. Maybe she was asking someone this morning what they said to me. Well, that's why she was looking so sad when she sat down.
ゆりちゃんだ。
Julie came out of the restroom. It seemed like she had been washing her face.
言ってあげたら、私たちは先に戻るから。
Thank God. Okay. Julie.
ゆうたさん。
Julie had a handkerchief over her forehead.
さっきはごめんなさい。変なところを見せてしまって。
We walked shoulder to shoulder back to class. You didn't do anything wrong. I've decided to be with you, fully aware of the struggle that entails. I don't want you to forget that. After class, Julie and I consulted with Oishi.
どうにかしたいか。
Well, the status quo isn't doing us any favors.
まあ気持ちはわかるけどね。
If only there was something I could do. I started counting off fingers. Running, eating well, sleeping a lot. Well, those are just ways to stay healthy, really. More like something, I don't know, that I could actually do.
何か方法とかあるかな。
Julie looked serious in deep contemplation as she looked at her father.
言ってみれば僕は先達だ。だからアドバイスを送りたいところだけど。
But all I'm gonna say is, if he knew, he wouldn't look so sickly all the time.
言いにくいけれど、なんもないな。
That didn't sound hard to say.
まあほら、ママはもう一人前のムマだったわけだからさ。パパと出会った時点でね。
Well, yeah, we get it. You didn't have to go through the same struggles because your wife is unfaithful. Not now, but I still know that the hate that I still know about the hate scene. Okay, with Julie.
ただパパも悩んだ時期があってね。いろいろ試行錯誤もしたもんだが。
悩んだっていうのは？
You mean how she was in other guys' dreams?
いや、それとはまた別でね。
So, what kind of trial and error? I took a step closer, suddenly interested in the potential for this to be advice.
娘のいる前でこんなことを言うのはさすがにちょっとあれだな。
Did he have a hard time getting it up sometimes? Please, anything will help. So, please tell me what I'm clutching at straws here. I'll do anything it takes. Anything at all.
お願い、パパ。
まあ二人がそこまで言うなら。
Viagra.
実はそのペニストレーニングに励んだりしてね。
Whoa, hang on a minute. You can't just say that. He didn't get censored. What did he say?
実はそのペニストレーニングに励んだりしてね。
He literally he just said penis. Penis training, bro. Excuse me? I mean, I guess that's one way to avoid the censorship. How could you say that in front of your daughter? He warned you. I don't know why you're yelling at him.
君らが聞きたいって言ったんじゃないか。
That's what I'm saying. It's nothing. It's not his fault. That was true. But did it have any effect?
さあ、あったんじゃないの多分。
He was lax as always.
ゆりちゃんがいる前で言うのもなんだけど、アドリアーネはほら、セックスアピール無限大みたいな女だろ。そりゃあ夫として嬉しいのは当然だけど、果たして満足させられるのかなんて不安もあったんだよね。
So, hang on.
とはいえ相性は抜群だったようで、結局そんな不安も気憂に終わったんだけど。
I was gonna say, so my joke about him not being able to get it up was true, but I don't think the penis training had anything to do with his peanuts not being able to get hard. Was he trying to brag to me about something? Julie looked a little disgusted.
ただ実際僕は女の子と縁のない青春を送ったからね。みことくらいか仲が良かったのは。
And she died.
そんな僕がものすごい美女と付き合うことになった。おまけにその人は男性経験豊富ときている。
I don't know why you keep bringing that up like it's a good thing.
そうなるとこちらとしてはなんていうかこうねじくれたコンプレックスを感じたんだよね。
I don't need all the raw details, please.
ま、一物の自信がアイデンティティにつながるってことだよ。男性自身なんて言ったりもするわけだしさ。
Yeah, Adrienne told him that one. The conversation was taking an odd turn. What do you think? She was bright red. I guess asking her opinion on the matter wasn't the best approach.
よくわかりませんけど。
Probably should ask Adrienne if the penis training worked. She turned away in shyness and cupped her hands over her mouth against my ear.
たくましいゆうたさんは素敵だと思います。
Oh, you're talking about his peanuts. I thought you were talking about the training. It sent a shiver down my spine.
いやーいいねこういうのって。男と男の裸のぶつかり稽古って感じがしない？
Huh? Why is that something to get excited about?
よーし、じゃあ牛尾くん。いや、
No,
あえて
don't.
下の名前で呼ばせてもらうけど、ゆうたくん。君に僕のお風呂をあげよう。
At least wait until he's graduated before you can treat him like your son-in-law. A hand-me-down?
ペニトレ器具の。
Excuse me? I think I'll pass.
あれ？嫌かい？僕のお風呂じゃ。
I don't think... what? That should be obvious, I think. I don't think he wants another guy's fleshlight, alright? Unless it's not. That would be very unlikely. But you know, the possibility isn't it's not zero. Maybe he just has he just has a small, like, 2.5 kilogram, like, dumbbell plate, and it's and the hole in the center is it's the right width it's the right diameter for you know. So that never mind. I liked what Julie had said about my censored, but I decided why not. I decided why not give it a shot. I wanted to just go along with, but Oishi insisted that he what? I wanted to go alone, but Oishi insisted that he come along, so I was waiting for him. Sorry to make you wait with me.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to bring her shopping with me, but she agreed to at least bring. Agreed to at least wait with me. After class, students either went home or attended their clubs, and teachers had more work to do. Kind of a hard job thinking about it.
父が言ったことですから、なんていうか、私も責任を感じてしまいます。それにしても、ああ見えて、パパも悩んでいたんでしょうか。ママと夫婦になること。
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to be a cock. He doesn't want to get divorced. Probably. If he says he was. Worries aside, he never ended up cheating on her. Obviously. But on the other hand, I'm not trying to deny what Adrian says. It's just the succubus way, but I'm really glad that our feelings on the matter are closely linked. As in, I'm glad you're not thinking of cheating on me. That's what he's saying. It's kind of a selfish thing for a human like me to say.
いえ、それであなたに好きと言ってもらえるなら、私としては本望です。
I felt a little better after hearing that. I couldn't quite say for sure how much influence meeting Adrienne had on Oishi's life, but judging from his character, it obviously wasn't negligible. Perhaps there was chance I could attain a similar fate for myself. The girl I like, with another guy, even if it's not even if it's not in the flesh. I don't think I can handle that.
でも、その感覚、女の私にもわかりますよ。
You do? I wasn't doubting her. It was just a follow-up. Julie nodded with unexpected conviction.
ええ、もしもユウタさんが他の女とそんなことになったら、私。
Yeah, that's why Adrienne's a hypocrite. Because she doesn't want her husband to cheat on her, but he'll cheat on him. Not yet. I keep saying not yet because we don't know if she actually has yet. But it's confirmed later that she does, unless there's something that happens in the story around Adrienne and Oishi, so it's not technically cheating. Her eyes sparkled with tears. Oh right, Sukibai can be really possessive and jealous. Well. That would just never happen, okay?
そうですよね。
Her serious look from before vanished. It felt relieved. Shut up, Siri. I said it earlier today after we went to Class A. You didn't do anything wrong. I placed my hand gently over hers on the table.
はい。私はあなたの奥さんですから。だからあなたの喜ぶことをそれだけをしてあげたいです。